Hi, today it is August 17, 2026. It is 8:52 p.m. Or no, a.m. Sorry. I haven't started my days yet, but here we are. We're just doing the grind at this point. um and yeah, I'm noticing how my nervous system isn't as fried anymore doing this, but at the same time, it's still uncomfortable. And I was actually watching a video earlier about having your talking about how what we have a nervous system, like our nervous system is wired to be comfortable in situations that we are comfortable in situations that are familiar to us. And that if we step outside of that and our body starts to feel uncomfortable, even though it might not actually be a life or death situation, but our body wants to stay with what's familiar, and so it strays us away from the things that we want to do, the things that we like if we did, we know logically that could open up more experiences for us, like open up our life more and help us gain confidence. And it's funny because that's exactly how I'm feeling, and that's exactly what I feel like I've been trying to expand throughout this challenge is my nervous system and getting used to recording myself just like on the go, like not really like trying to find the perfect timing where everybody's gone, like. And basically the main goal for me, like, for this challenge is to just record, like regardless of what's going on around me, regardless of obviously, like, do not be a menace to society, and not like do not be recording like other people if they don't want to be recorded. But what I mean is that stop trying to go like bend over backwards or just try to make it like stop trying to control the world around you so that you can be like you can find the best scenario or like the best place for you to record in. And what I mean by this is that before, I used to wait. So I lived with my parents and I used to wait until everybody was gone, like outside. And I was by myself in the house before I started talking in front of the camera. And that really, like, that screwed up with my not only recording schedule, because their schedules are variable, and not every like it's not consistent at all. So there are days when I thought I would be by myself and I wasn't, and so that like I wouldn't be able to record then. And that would make me a little bit irritated, like make me irritated. But now, like, or for this challenge at least, when I look back at that scenario, like when I look back at that memory, um I put a lot of emphasis on the world around me, like how it's doing. Like, it's like I was asking my environment for permission so that I, like, before I record, like, I was asking my environment, like, hey, is this, am I gonna be by myself today? No? Okay, then I guess I can't record right now. But I'm going to, for this challenge, I'm sure you already noticed, like, I'm gonna do the opposite, which is I am going to say I'm ready to record every day regardless of what's happening around me. and see what's going on around here. And if I see people walking around, I'm going to still record. And that gives like the power back to me, because it's my choice. Like, do I want to record today? At least for this challenge, that's a yes. Like, it's every day's gonna be a yes, even though I don't feel like it. But I feel like just by doing this in this frequency is going to help my nervous system regulate. I guess that's what I'm doing for this challenge. It's just like helping my nervous system regulate for this type of reality where instead of asking the world around me for permission, instead of asking like, am I gonna be by myself today? Am I gonna have enough, like a good space for me to record today? I'm going to start with me, and I'm going to start with like asking myself a question about, hey, are you ready? Like, do you want to record today? Do you want to say something today, like in front of the camera? And start from there, and then figure it out. Like, maybe I have to drive to like a park or something and record there if I don't have any other places here I can record at. Or maybe I can do it like just whispering, but like, just kind of like still do it. And I feel like like that helps me to understand that it doesn't have like things don't have to be all like well produced like all the time, and it doesn't have to be like with perfect lighting, although I know YouTube likes it when you put a video with perfect lighting, but or like with a good lighting at least. But I don't know, like I feel like I would rather kind of like I would rather record myself more authentically, like when I get the hit that, hey, I want to record right now, regardless of if I have perfect lighting or not, or if I am, if I have like the space for it or not. Like, I will make space. Like, and of course, like I'm repeating myself again here, but do not be a menace to society. Do not just stop and record like in the middle of the traffic, please. Like, don't. But yeah, like that's just what I've been thinking of right now. And I'm hoping that if you are going with me through this challenge, or if you see this video, try, if you want something in your life and you keep going back to your familiar, like if you have like if you have New Year's resolution and you keep on doing something for like a few weeks and then falling off, I want you to start it again and notice your nervous system. Like, notice, like, just even if you just write down, like, just reflect on how you're feeling and reflect on like your thoughts, your doubts, like all of what's going on in your body, and just sit with it, and then try to kind of like just feel it, like understand it, like, hey, why am I having this, like what I'm doing for this challenge. Like, I from the beginning I was very afraid of recording and like having people like go around and like listen to me, and like I could feel my body like telling me to stop doing it and be very hyper vigilant. But try to do it for a month, like whatever you want to do, like try to do it for a month. And it doesn't have, like, don't do it perfectly, okay? Like, don't do it like, don't be like, I'm gonna do it big or not at all, like something like that. Don't do it like that, okay? Do like the smallest step that you think would still make you super nervous, like that would still like get your nervous system to act up. Like, this is what I'm doing right now for me. It's just like recording myself for like less than 30 minutes a day, and that's it. Like, I don't even like I didn't what do you call this? Like I didn't tell myself I would also need to. Okay, sorry. I need to check if my camera was working properly. But I didn't tell myself I would need to also post every day because that would be a little extra. Like that would be too much for me. And so I would just be recording every day and it would post like, sometimes like I would post still like regularly because that's kind of part of what makes me nervous, like what makes my nervous system like in like what puts it in fight or flight mode. But it's not like every day. So try to do like the tiniest bit you think you can, like you can handle, while at the same time like triggering a little bit of that fight or flight response in you. And then, like I said, like you sit with the emotions, like kind of like figure out like, or not figure out, but like think about what you're feeling, like the doubts that's coming up, and like if you're starting to self-sabotage, if you're like, okay, I'm tired today, I don't want to do it, or if something comes up and you want to help out your friends, and you use that as an excuse to like not be able to do it. But yeah, so try to choose something that you can do in 5 minutes or less in a day, so that you can actually say that, hey, I would like, regardless of how busy I am, I still have time to do this thing. And like it doesn't have to be perfect. And so try to do that for like a month, and after that, like you're gonna have a lot of data on how you deal with things and how your mind works when you try to like do something outside of your comfort zone, when you do something outside of what you're familiar with. And then you can go from there. Like you can decide for yourself what you want to do, like how you want to use that information, if you want to add on to whatever challenge you have, or if you want to expand on it. Like, so if you're working out, for example, for 5 minutes, so let's say you're running in place like for 5 minutes, or jumping jacks for 5 minutes. Maybe you can start like if you want to do cardio, maybe you can start like jogging outside, like for 5 minutes. If just going outside is like a lot for you, like it's gonna hijack your nervous system, then you can do it for 5 minutes still. So like just kind of like keep building on that, and then like like don't like, it's hard for other people to tell you when you can take the next step, because you have to know when you can. Like you have to know in your nervous system, like, hey, can I handle this? Yes, okay, we're gonna go. So you have to know for yourself, because not like we don't have access to your nervous system, like we don't have access to your emotions. You can do it though. And it doesn't have to be like always, like every time, like exactly like, hey, I need to do this next step. Like sometimes you will try to shoot for more, and then you will feel like, okay, this is actually too much, like I can't handle this. Then you can go back and like make it less, and then do it again, and then just like just keep gradually building up to it. And yeah, like that's all we can do. Yeah, okay, so let's see, the light is off. It's my cue to leave now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for staying with me for this long. I hope you have a great day and a great time, great life. And I hope you learned something from this video, or I hope I reinforce something in you at least, because I have a feeling that a lot of wisdom that we hear outside of us, or a lot of like advice maybe, we all know already in ourselves. Like we just need somebody else to say it. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much again. please like, subscribe, or leave a comment. Tell me something about, like, if you did if you do the 30-minute challenge or 30-day challenge, please leave a comment below and tell me your story. I want to hear it. All right, bye.